Thanks for watching Paradise Press, JA. There's been a lot of chatter on the interwebs that has really been grinding my gears, and there's so many people trying to undermine bisexual rap icon Megan Thee Stallion's success in 2024. I'm clearly a hottie, and I think Megan's southern style of party rap isn't as respected as it should be, but since I'm from the South, the type of music that Megan makes is so fun to me. I feel like every coast in America reigned for a decade and brought their own distinct styles to the forefront of hip-hop. New York is where hip-hop was born in the 80s, and they brought the b-boy style and the grit of the big city to music, which laid the foundation of rap for the future. Then in the 90s, the West Coast took over and brought us some of the biggest gangster rappers in history. Then in the 2000s, when I was a teenager, crunk and southern rappers took over the radio and made party bangers all about twerking, partying, and tipping strippers. My first dance at a teen club was to one of the first southern crunk radio bangers, Get Low. And we were all dancing and loving that track to the windows and to the walls. This is the kind of rap style that Megan thrives in the best, but if you're not from the South, you likely may not respect that style as much just because of your own personal taste. But let me remind y'all of just some of Megan's accomplishments this year, further cementing her as one of the biggest female rappers in history. Megan Thee Stallion dropped her third studio album several months after being dragged through the mud in hip-hop media, where very few black commentators were willing to admit that she actually experienced the abuse she experienced, even with all the legal evidence and literal footage of her in the ambulance. So in 2024, she responded to all the shade and gave us the conceptual theme of a snake shedding its skin and striking back at its enemies, a great metaphor for shedding your old past memories and getting revenge on your haters, and she did just that. In my opinion, Megan had some of the best music videos of the year. Her snake theme was consistent in basically every video, especially when it was one of her own singles. The looks, the action, the dancing was all there, and many of her songs were earworms. Megan got good to mixed reviews of her album, which genuinely shocked me because this is my favorite album from her yet. She had fun, she alluded to what she was actually going through, and she had very clever bars and hooks that made me dance all year. In her lead single Cobra, which dropped late in 2023, Megan dropped this upbeat yet angry track about being depressed but still attracting new men into her life, entitled Cobra, where Megan almost warns the men who are interested in her that she hasn't fully healed from her past traumas. In the video, she looks incredibly gorgeous, climbing through a snake's mouth, covered in goo, shedding her skin but also revealing her own snake-like qualities, being reborn. The theme of a snake being reborn and shedding its skin while claiming its own power is a great metaphor for a comeback. Another amazing shot in this video is when she's in a glass cage like a reptile at a zoo, being photographed by countless paparazzi, which sheds her old skin with such a beautiful and cool effect. Another metaphor for her going through her legal battles and the assault from the rapper Tory Lanez in the public eye. The dancing in this video was also phenomenal, and though many people complained online that this song wasn't catchy enough, the chorus never seemed like it was supposed to be catchy. This song just seemed raw and honest, something music I think is allowed to be sometimes. In her next single, many congratulated Megan for kicking off one of the best years of hip-hop beef with her very unexpected but very controversial track, Hiss, at the top of the year in 2024. There were so many relevant metaphors in the concept of this music video that I really loved, and most people who love to hate Megan will never acknowledge her music videos, and her performance skills are top tier. In the song and music video Hiss, Meg is inside an egg that's cracking open, and the camera peers inside the egg, and in the rest of the music video we are peering into Meg's mind as she responds to all the vitriol and disses she endured from social media and other popular rappers during her court case. I think this video symbolized where Meg was at mentally before she rehatched and came out to release new music. While she sat back thinking about all the crazy things people were saying about her, including some rappers who were taking up for her abuser, Meg sat back in her egg, so to speak, and let all her rage and thoughts build up into the most successful female rap diss song of 2024 with Hiss. Now I follow a lot of the female rap beef and discourse online because it's fascinating, and in Hiss, Megan got her revenge on many people who were throwing shots at her in their music online and interviews, including Nicki Minaj, Drake, DaBaby, and probably her ex-partisan Fontaine as well. Even her monologue at the beginning of the track is iconic because she just cusses out her haters before the beat even drops. Even the first line is memorable because so many people were slut-shaming her for having sex with some of the rappers and artists in the industry who sleep with just as many people as she does and likely more, and no one says a word. When I reference these rap lines, of course I gotta clean it up for YouTube. I feel like Mariah Carey got these ninjas so obsessed. My kitty so famous might get managed by Kris Jenner next. This is such an iconic line, and there was even shade in there for Kylie Jenner, Kris Jenner's famous daughter. Before the shooting, Megan and the other parties were at Kylie Jenner's house at a party. And after the shooting, Kylie said things online that alluded to her siding with Tory. Even some of the people from her camp saying they would testify on his behalf. So in the first line, epic slick shade is thrown at her haters, Kylie, while acknowledging people online slut-shaming her. In several lines, Megan addresses DaBaby, who just had to go and tell the world in interviews, even though no one asked, that he and Meg had a sexual relationship in the past. She says bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies, say he F Megan and now he the topic. These ninjas thinking they lower the value, all this free promo I'm turning to profit. Hate when a ninja be kissing and telling, say he a player but he in his feelings. Bet I won't give up the kitty again. Shoot, shoulda gave it to his friend. Not only did she acknowledge it, and say, so what? She also acknowledges that his career was falling apart when he was talking about all this to the vlog. And she didn't want anything else to do with him after, and that's why he's mad. Then the most iconic and controversial line of the song comes that sent social media into a frenzy. These pros don't be mad at Megan. These pros mad at Megan's law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start. B, you a kitty. Never finna check me. Every chance you get, bet your weak butt won't address me. Now, for those not in the know of these hip-hop streets, most listeners took this as a direct shot at Nicki Minaj, who has previously dissed Megan in several songs, but to explain why would probably take a whole other video. In my humble opinion, neither of them have ever really given a clear reason why they fell out, but I always personally felt like when they worked together on their collab track, Hot Girl Summer in 2019, I think something behind the scenes went down with Nicki Minaj's husband and Megan. I can't prove that, nor was that even a big theory online, but that's just my gut feeling, because rumors about many people losing touch with Nicki because of her husband's goon-like behavior has been mentioned in vlogs before. The mention of Megan's law isn't just great play on her own name, it's also bringing up a real law in the US that coincides with Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty's past offenses as a sex offender. This particular shot hits twice because Nicki also had bad press when her older brother was convicted of sexual abuse and assault of a minor, his own stepdaughter no less. I loved Megan's sassy monologue, and in the video she looks incredible talking to herself in the mirror with her alter ego no less, Tina Snow, Suga, and Megan Thee Stallion having an empowerment session in her mind. Y'all look so dumb every time y'all celebrate fake news, using my name for likes and views. I don't give an F what y'all make trend, I still win. I love this line because there was so much misinformation on Black social media pages, but the courts of California were never impressed, nor did they buy it. The fact that Tory shot her and then threatened her about it on social media, and him basically confessing to it in text messages and in prison calls, sealed his fate, no matter what lies were being spun on large social media platforms. As someone who was also attacked and assaulted in the state of California, the guy who attacked me tried to say I was the aggressor in court and lied the entire court proceeding. But the evidence outweighed his lies, so seeing Megan get her justice was sweet, even though she never pressed charges against this man. The state of California did. After acknowledging the lies spread about her in court and social media, she takes aim at Drake, who took up for his Toronto homeboy Tory in several songs dissing Megan and alluding to her being a liar. I'm the Teflon Don in the courtroom. They be throwing that dirt and don't ish stick. All these rap ninjas so fraud. Xanax be they hardest bars. These ninjas hating on BBLs, but be walking around with the same scars. Real curvy, no action. Ninjas fight to get in my section. Don't speak on my body count if the D ain't worth coming back for seconds. Cosplay, gangster, fake butt accents, posted in another ninja hood like a bad bee. Several of these bars were for Drake, where she basically said he's no gangster but fronts like one in his songs. And he alluded to her getting surgery in one of his lyrics. Yet long before this beef, it was alluded to, with really good evidence online, that he got worked on his body to get his abs as well, which of course makes him the biggest hypocrite ever. Months after this song, Meg would tag Kendrick into the ring and delivered some of the biggest rap beef tracks to Drake's doorstep, alleging in many of the things Megan said in her song in tracks like Not Like Us and Euphoria. Suffice to say, her disses landed in this song, and the track immediately shot to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it Megan's third #1 hit and her first solo #1 track after Savage with Beyonce and WAP with Cardi B. The reason this is so iconic, despite so many people trying to take away this achievement from her online, is because the song is pure hip-hop. There's no pop or radio-friendly hooks in sight. This is a straight-up diss record with witty bars and metaphors, and again, no hook or chorus, just straight disses. People tried to say, well, it wasn't a stable hit on the radio, but wait a minute, isn't this hip-hop? Now it's all about the charts? People just don't want to admit that Megan won a rap battle against Nicki Minaj and got a solo #1 song while she did it. Nicki immediately replied with her diss track Bigfoot, but most people know that this track fell flat to Hiss in comparison. It made it into the top 40 for sure, but no one is saying that Bigfoot is some of Nicki's best work. Megan won this round fair and square and looked amazing in the music video while she did it. In her next single, Boa, though most of her singles had great videos, this is one of her best music videos of this era. Megan has always said anime, video games, and horror inspire her own art, and in the Boa music video, Megan plays another snake monster, but this time, 3 unsuspecting young people play a video game from the dark web that is cursed and comes to life. And not only does Megan kill the players in the video games, they die in real life. Megan's dancing, looks, and just the overall concept is amazing. Even making her a snake monster in several versions of different games was a great touch. Boa cracked the top 40 and deservedly won her an MTV Music Video Award for Best Art Direction. We can't forget the popular collab Meg had with Glorilla, Wanna Be, a sampled fun dance track bringing us a new rap duo and a fun twerk anthem. Glorilla also had an excellent year, delivering hit after hit in 2024, and despite people's BS assertion that her collab with Cardi B, quote-unquote, sucked the life out of Glorilla's career, these ladies proved all the haters wrong, because Glorilla came back even harder this year with a bunch of radio hits and an acclaimed album entitled Glory. Another way that many people tried to spread disinformation about Megan's success was the success of her national arena tour. Both Megan and Glorilla went on the Hot Girl Summer Tour together, and despite many people online saying this tour would flop, Megan had one of the most successful tours by a female rapper in 2024. The tour had rave reviews from fans with packed stadiums from America and Europe. On the same day as general public sales, the dates for Chicago, Detroit, New York City, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Atlanta, Tampa, Dallas, and Houston were all sold out within a few hours. So this lie that her tour wasn't successful is clearly debunked with all the video footage of packed arenas across the US and fans screaming and singing along to her music. Now we really gotta put some respect on Mamushi, because many people are really pushing this narrative that Megan wasn't hot in 2024. Yet Megan had the most iconic and viral hip-hop dance of the year with her song Mamushi. Let's get into the facts. Her dance for her Japanese-infused track, Mamushi, was viral on TikTok and social media for months, with thousands of people doing her dance. Sorry, Barbs, but Nicki and many of the other female rappers have literally never created one, definitely not several viral dances like Megan has, which is now a signature of her brand. So many people have done the Savage choreography, the body choreography, and now Mamushi's another memorable and catchy track and dance routine in her catalog. And are we forgetting that Megan also did something no one's ever done in hip-hop, like ever, which is have half of a song be Japanese lyrics and getting a Japanese rapper on the Billboard Hot 100? I don't think a Japanese rapper has ever been on the Hot 100 before, and the fact that he was speaking Japanese alongside Megan makes this such a fresh and interesting track, especially considering that so many people love to say her music is one-dimensional. And yet again, the music video for this song, Mamushi, is epic. Another one of her greatest music videos. Many Japanese and Asian fans praise Megan for the attention to detail in creating this music video, hiring Japanese actors and utilizing real Japanese mythology, which ties in perfectly to her snake woman theme from the album. In the Mamushi video, Megan and many Japanese girls are ready to serve clients, particularly many Yakuza gang members, at a local bathhouse, but little do they know that Megan is going to turn into a snake woman and devour them all. Her collaborator Yuki Chiba works at the bathhouse and prepares the bodies while clearly knowing what awaits the unsuspecting guests. Like always, her fashions in this video are amazing, and the cinematography was stunning, and she hits her iconic choreography in the video too. Besides the singles, I loved a lot of the tracks on her self-titled album Megan, including the deluxe she just dropped last year. Rattle, Figueroa, Broke His Heart, Otaku Hot Girl, Find Out, Accent, Spin, Bigger in Texas, Never Play, Rock Steady, and many others are on my playlist. According to most websites like Popbase, Lauryn Hill, Nicki Minaj, and Megan Thee Stallion are the only 3 female rappers with a song to debut at number 1 on the Hot 100, and I'm pretty sure that Megan was the female rapper with the most Hot 100 entries of 2024, and the only one to have a number 1 song. So how anyone is still denying her success last year is purely delusional. I enjoyed many female rappers' music last year, even when they were beefing, like Nicki, Cardi, Lotto, Glorilla, JT, and Doechii. I just love fun music, and many of these ladies should be proud of their accomplishments this year. But according to the charts, it was in fact Megan's year. And if you want to deny that fact, go outside and touch some grass. Just don't get bitten by a snake.